dear students, myself Gangadhar Solanke and I welcome you all to the MC James virtual classroom. My dear students, today in Standard 8's Geography, we'll be learning the topic map scale. So, in this topic, we are going to talk about map scale and we'll learn about the verbal scale, numerical scale and linear scale in detail. So to understand this topic, in our textbook, in the beginning, figure 9.1 and figure 9.2 on the screen you can see which is given. In figure 9.1, a painter taking an estimate of a scene. You can see the scene and how a painter taking an estimate of a scene. Then in figure 9.2, you can see students looking at a map. Now what you people have to do, you people have to just observe these pictures carefully and then with the help of these pictures you have to answer the questions. So first question, why is the painter holding the pencil in his hand? Here you can see painter holding pencil in his hand. So why is the painter holding the pencil in his hand in a particular way? Then second one, how can the scene of this large landscape, how can the scene of this large landscape be depicted on paper? And third one, how is it possible to view all the countries of the world on one map? Here students looking at a map and you can see there the countries of the world on a single map. So how is it possible to view all the countries of the world on one map? And the last one, what is the common to both these pictures, or what is common in between both these pictures? Now in detail if we discuss about this, then the painter here in this picture which is on the screen takes an estimated scale, of the scene in front of him with a pencil. So pencil is there for taking an estimate. Then after that he draws a sketch on the paper. As you can see here, the painter does this so that the picture is drawn to scale. Here there is no exact scale, but with the help of pencil he can just take an estimated scale. जैसे कि आप स्क्रीन पे देख पा रहे हो इन द इमेज, एक अंदाज़ा लगाया जा सकता है कि ये जो पेड़ है वो पानी से कितना दूर है, फिर वो जो हट हमें यहाँ पर एक दिख रही है वो और वो उसका डिस्टेंस कितना है, एन एस्टिमेटेड स्केल विद द हेल्प ऑफ pencil. Then if we talk about the second one, world map, then in the preparation of maps the picture is first surveyed. So survey is very important, surveyed. At the time after spatial observation a scale is fixed. First thing survey, here you can see survey, then next to the survey there is spatial observation, and at last using this scale an outline map of the whole earth or a part of it is prepared. For example, here on the screen world map is there and specially we can go for the physical map of India. So first thing survey, then observation of the scale. Now in detail we'll talk about this. Again on the screen you can see figure 9.3, measurement of students' heights. What you have to do now, because of COVID pandemic it is not possible for us to go in school and to do all these things, but just to understand the concept we are trying to use this. In order to measure the height of students, make markings on the wall from the ground up to a height of 180 centimeter with the help of a ruler. Now in many schools such type of arrangement is there to measure the height. दीवार पे लिखा जाता है, measure the height of each student and note it down. Then with the same wall as a backdrop, take a photograph. Now here there is a backdrop. Take a photograph of the students in groups of 5. Take prints of the photograph with the help of the ruler. Measure the heights of your friends from the photographs and then complete the following table with the actual heights as per the photograph. Now calculate the ratio. The ratio of Gopal's heights has been calculated and shown below. Here on the screen you can see. Now what we understand with this, Gopal height as per photographs 10 centimeters, actual height 130 centimeters, and the ratio is 1:13. So from the given table we have realized the difference between the actual heights, and the height in the photograph. This is nothing but the actual distance between two places and the distance between the two places on the map. So you must have also realized that in the photograph everyone's height has decreased in the same proportion. So the same principle is applicable in the case of a map scale. This is to understand the use of map scale, or how to use map scale, or how we use map scale to draw maps. Now the next thing, on the screen you can see we obtain information about the earth or some specific part of it from a globe or a map. Now on the screen you can see globe also, and there is map of India. So while preparing a map, in order to get the actual ground distance onto paper, some conversions have to be made using geometry and mathematics. So two things are very important in putting the numbers or the places on the map: geometry and mathematics. The use of map scale is useful for this conversion, and now we'll talk in detail about the map scale. Here again figure 9.4, which is given in our textbook. The actual distance between the two villages of Sahil and Minal is 50 kilometer. Sahil and Minal is 50 kilometer. Actual distance between the two villages of Sahil and Minal. Village के नाम नहीं दिए हमें. साहिल और मिनल के जो विलेज है उनका एक्चुअल डिस्टेंस 50 किलोमीटर है. द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द विलेजेस ऑफ मिनल एंड प्रज्ञा is 20 kilometer. Now again between the villages of Minal and Prajna is 20 kilometer, and between Sahil and Prajna's village is 60 kilometer. Now we are having three numbers: 50 kilometer, 20 kilometer and 60 kilometer. Figure 9.4, which is on the screen, shows the location of these villages on a map. Now actual distance is not 50 kilometer on the map, or 20 kilometer or 60 kilometer, but the actual distance is 50, 20, 60 kilometer. But on map we can't draw a line of 50 kilometer or 20 kilometer or 60 kilometer. ऐसी एक लाइन नहीं खींच सकते हम उतनी लंबी. तो मैप में क्या किया जाता है कि उसी की एक मैप स्केल बना के उसे ड्रॉ किया जाता है फॉर आवर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. सो द स्केल ऑफ द मैप इज 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer. Again I am repeating, the scale of the map is, it is also given here, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer. Now measure the distances on the map and find out which village belongs to whom, and note the names and the distances. Now with the help of scale, you people just go through these maps and measure the scale so that you can understand the actual difference between these villages and the exact village of each one. साहिल का कौन सा है, मीनल का कौन सा है और प्रज्ञा का कौन सा है, There you can see Nandgaon, Pimpalgaon and Borgaon. So 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer. It means that for 22 centimeter distance is there. For 66 kilometer, because 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer, and then 50, for 50 we are having 5 centimeter. So you people just go through this. Now the next point, in a map scale it is essential to correlate the distance between 2 points on a map and the actual distance between these 2 points on the ground. So the ratio of the map distance to the ground distance is map scale. The ratio of the map distance to the ground distance. Again I am repeating, the ratio of the map distance to the ground distance. For example, in the last one, 1 centimeter is map distance and the ground distance, for example, 10 kilometer. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer. So to draw a map true to scale, it is essential to know the ground distance. These distances are measured during surveying, and while preparing a map based on the distances, a suitable ratio is selected. A suitable ratio is selected, and after the preparation of the map it is necessary to mention the map scale. Always it is there on any map. So this facilitates map reading and helps in understanding the distance on the ground. And to do this, there are 3 ways of expressing the scale on the map, and the first one is on the screen. You can see verbal scale. A verbal scale is one in which distances are expressed with the use of words indicating measurement. Now it is in the name only, title ही इसका verbal scale है, so that we can understand. Here distances are expressed with the use of words. For example, if the scale is 1 centimeter is equal to 60 kilometer, then centimeter is the unit of distance on the map and kilometer the unit of distance on the ground. मतलब मैप पे जो डिस्टेंस दिया गया है वो 1 सेंटीमीटर रहेगा एंड 1 सेंटीमीटर इज इक्वल टू 60 किलोमीटर, वो एक्चुअल डिस्टेंस होगा. किसी भी 2 जगहों में अगर 1 सेंटीमीटर का डिस्टेंस है तो वो 60 किलोमीटर इन एक्चुअल और ऑन द ग्राउंड होगा. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम सेइंग, मुंबई की कोई भी 2 जगह अगर हम ले लें, जैसे दादर एंड कल्याण, दादर एंड कल्याण, मैप पे ये अगर 1 सेंटीमीटर है तो एक्चुअल डिस्टेंस होगा 60 किलोमीटर. दिस इज कॉल्ड वर्बल स्केल. नाउ द नेक्स्ट वन, न्यूमेरिकल स्केल. अगेन न्यूमेरिकल विच इज नथिंग बट रिलेटेड विद द नंबर. सो द स्केल is expressed as a ratio, Here you can see example 1:60 lakh. 1 represents the distance on the map and this number 60 lakhs represents the distance on the ground. Now this is 60 lakh times the map distance in the ratio of that. So it is also known as representative fraction, and in this scale only numbers are used, and that is why this is numerical scale. Next one, linear scale. This scale is shown graphically on a map, and the distance between any 2 points, on a map is measured with the help of linear or graphical scale, and that is why it is linear or graphical scale. Here it is LINEAR. Spelling mistake is there. Now on the map, on the screen you can see the figure 9.5, which is the map of Maharashtra, and All the above methods of map scale are shown on the map. Verbal scale is there. This one, 1 centimeter is equal to 60 kilometer. Then numerical scale, this one, and this linear scale is also there. So with the help of this you can calculate the distance between any two places, or you can measure distance between any two places. For example, अब ये पुणे एंड अहमदनगर है, इसका कितना सेंटीमीटर निकलेगा उस पर डिपेंड होता है. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर ये 5 सेंटीमीटर आया, आई एम जस्ट टेकिंग इट एन एग्जाम्पल. सो 5 सेंटीमीटर इफ है तो 16 to 5 जो भी हमारा आंसर आएगा दैट विल बी द एक्चुअल ग्राउंड डिस्टेंस बिटवीन पुणे एंड अहमदनगर. Now the next one, the importance of graphical scale. Very often it is necessary to reduce or enlarge the original map, and during that process the scale of the map changes. ये तो natural thing है. There are many methods of reducing or enlarging maps. किसी भी दो जगहों का distance कम या ज़्यादा नहीं होता है, वो जितना है उतना ही रहेगा, तो उसमें बहुत से चेंजेस नहीं करने पड़ते. बट इफ़ इट इज़ नेसेसरी टू चेंज देन देर आर मेनी मेथड्स ऑफ रिड्यूसिंग और एनलार्जिंग मैप्स, एंड वन ऑफ देम इज बाय टेकिंग अ photocopy of the original map and reducing or enlarging it. When the map is reduced or enlarged, इसको अगर छोटा किया जाता है या बड़ा किया जाता है, by this method the verbal and the numerical scale on the original map does not change, क्योंकि नंबर्स वैसे ही रहेंगे, उसको छोटा भी किया जाए या फिर बड़ा भी किया जाए. बट if a graphical scale is drawn on the original map, then the scale changes as per the changing size of the map. And although the font size of the verbal and numerical scale changes, the values do not change, and hence graphical scales are drawn in atlas and wall maps. So keep in mind two things here which are very important. Verbal scale and numerical scale will not change if we change the size of the map, reduce किया जाए या फिर enlarge किया जाए, but there is change in the linear scale or in graphical scale. Figure 9.6, university premises. In this, some locations within the premises of a university are given. The distance between the statue, here you can see distance between the statue and the entrance gate is 0.5 kilometer. Measure this distance and determine the scale. Now by measuring this distance you people have to determine the scale. Here is the entrance, so this distance is 0.5 kilometer, and with the help of this you can determine the scale of this. Write the verbal scale, numerical scale and graphical scale in the vacant box in the sketch. On the basis of the road shown between the two locations, calculate the actual distances between two locations, and for that you have health center to library, Prathamik Arogya Kendra, this is health center and library. Then lake to auditorium, this one is lake, and the auditorium. Office to lake, this one is office, and then to lake. Auditorium to office, again this one, and health center to auditorium, and again lake to library. So on the basis of figure 9.7, calculate the distance of various locations from the shopping mall and write in the table given below. Again the next one you people can see on the screen. So just go through this and try to write the answers. Now next point, large scale and small scale maps. When a small area on the ground is shown covering a large area on the map, it is large scale map. When a small area on the ground पे छोटा है, covering a large area on the map, लेकिन map पे वो बड़ी जगह कवर कर रहा है, then it is a large scale map. Maps of a city, village, agricultural fields, etc. are all examples of large scale maps. And generally, maps with a scale of less than 1:10,000 are known as large scale maps. In mathematics, when we compare two fractions, then the fraction with the smaller number in the denomination has a higher value. You people learned this in mathematics. So map scales are not fractions, but they are ratios. So the same principle of fractions is used while comparing ratios, and hence a numerical scale of 10,000 is called a large scale, and a numerical scale of 1:50,000 a small scale. About the small scale, when a part of the ground covers a small area on the map, they are small scale maps. That means when a small scale is used to show the information about a large part of the earth, these are small scale maps. And maps in an atlas and world maps are examples of small scale maps, and most of the maps in an atlas are example of small scale maps. So basic difference between the large scale and small scale maps is of scale. Now in short, to keep in mind this, distance on the map in verbal scale it's 1 centimeter, and distance on the ground it's 60 kilometer. Distance on the map in graphical scale 1, and this one 60 lakh in numerical scale, and this one in the distance on ground and distance on the map in graphical scale. So it will be easy for you to keep in mind. Now again, large scale map, area small, in small scale area large, it's vice versa. large scale है तो area छोटा रहेगा और small scale है तो area large रहेगा. Large scale maps shows information in more details, and in small scale it's less detail. Examples of large scale maps of villages, schools, agricultural fields. And small scale maps examples are atlas map, country, continent, world, etc. Here now on the screen again you can see figure 9.8, large scale map. So where will you find maps as shown in figure 9.8, which is on the screen? So you people just try to find such kind of maps and try to answer this. Where will you find maps as shown in figure? So in today's topic, we people learnt about the concept of map basically, and what is the scale, and then after that we discussed about the importance of scale, or how to calculate the scale, or what is the importance of scale in drawing maps, and then the role of geometry, or how we use geometry and mathematics in convergence, and then the ground distance and map distance. For that, surveying is very important, then observation, and then the numbers. So 3 types then: verbal scale, numerical scale, and linear scale. In the verbal scale, it is expressed with the use of words. In numerical scale it is expressed as a ratio, and in linear scale shown graphically on a map. Then the importance of graphical scale. After that, large scale and small scale maps. One more important thing which we have to understand or to keep in mind while studying the map scale, or when we talk about the maps, different countries use different units of measurement. Different countries use different units of measurement. For example, units of measurement in India may be different than the units of measurement in America. So this could become a limitation while reading a map, क्योंकि अगर हम यहाँ के मेजरमेंट अलग यूज कर रहे हैं और किसी और देश में दूसरे यूनिट्स मेजर किए जा रहे हैं, और यहाँ से अगर हम वहाँ जाते हैं या फिर वहाँ के लोग यहाँ आएंगे, एंड व्हेन पीपल विल रीड द मैप इट विल क्रिएट कन्फ्यूजन. एग्जैक्ट जगह का पता नहीं चलेगा, एग्जैक्ट डिस्टेंस का पता नहीं चलेगा, बिकॉज ऑफ द डिफरेंस इन द units of measurement. So to solve this problem it is necessary to have a numerical scale on maps, and numerical scale is a global scale which is worldwide accepted, or the maps are there on the basis of a global scale to understand everywhere in the world. So numerical scale, a scale in which distances are expressed as ratio is called numerical scale, and a scale in which distances are expressed by drawing graphical scale is called linear scale. But here about numerical scale we have to keep in mind that this is the worldwide accepted type of scale, a numerical scale, and that's why we call it as a global scale. Please subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get notifications. So my dear students, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care.